What is it about some people that they inspire trust? The quality of our lives, once you got food and water and a shelter over your head, really comes down to the quality of the relationships that you build, the quality of relationships you have around you at work, the quality of relationships you have around you in your family, and the quality of relationships that you have in the wider society. Even the quality of relationships you build through social media with people out there in India, Vietnam, USA, people I have not yet met. What is trust? Trust is the currency that puts relationships together, makes relationships matter. I don't think you can say that you have a relationship where you can't trust that the other person will stand up for your interests, stand up for you, go the extra mile for you. If there's not that there, I don't think you can claim that you have a relationship. And what are the ingredients? What do some people do that build for them bonds of trusting relationships around them? And when they have ideas, when they need resources, others are willing to give to them because they believe that it's going to come back. One of the most powerful tools here is what's called the trust equation. And on my blog, I wrote about this equation years ago, and it's a very widely read post on my blog. It just describes the trust equation. And Charles Green and a number of others put this equation together many years ago to describe the mathematics of trust. And they say that trust is made up of 4 ingredients. I'll put the equation up here, and we get trust is equal to credibility plus reliability plus intimacy divided by self-orientation. And any mathematical genius amongst you will immediately see that there's 3 things on the top, but the number that's going to make the greatest impact to the overall trust is self-orientation. So let's look at the ingredients of trust. Credibility is that you look and act the part. You are competent in things you need to be good in. Reliability, you do the things you say you'll do. You show up at the time you say you'll show up. The little details are what matters most in reliability. When you promise you'll send a piece of information, you send it. And over time, these little actions of living up to your word build up into this reliability. Intimacy. You let the people around you get to know who you are. You let the people at work get to know why you're working here, what brought you to this role, what you're attempting to achieve in your life, how this role plays a part in achieving what's important to you in the longer game of your career. People in your family understand what your work is and how each thing fits together. So intimacy is you allow people into who you are, what you stand for, why your work is important to you as a person. Self-orientation is the perception of others that what matters is you. And the opposite of self-orientation is other orientation. And for me, the most powerful description of this distinction between other orientation or self-orientation comes from the Arbinger Institute. And they've got 3 books, the most recent of which is called The Outward Mindset. The Outward Mindset is about making this transition from seeing what I need from you to really seeing what your needs, your challenges, your obstacles, your goals are, and seeing how what I want to offer serves both you and me. So self-orientation is seeing how I achieve something from this. Other orientation is being very interested in what you want, what your goals are, what questions you have, what you see here, what you're worried about, how this fits into a bigger picture in your life. I think the thing that is most important in my life in helping push me into this other-orientated view of the world is just taking a few minutes in the morning to answer the question, what is today about? Ken Blanchard asks himself the question, at the end of the day today, what do I want to be grateful for? And I think each time that I sit down in the morning with my journal and take the time to think about the day that's coming, what do I need to achieve, who's going to be in my life, what meetings do I have, Where do I want to be at the end of work? Where do I want to be at the end of the day? As soon as I ask myself that question, what do I want to be grateful for at the end of today? What is my intent for today? The answer that comes regularly to me is to connect, is to listen, is to be there for people, is to play a role in leaving each person that I touch slightly better than before I touched them. And I think this exercise in the morning of taking my journal, stopping for a moment, visualizing the day and asking myself, what do I want to be grateful for at the end of the day, is my most powerful step in getting out of what I want from today, where I should be, and thinking about the other people that are going to pass through my day, and what role I want to play in leaving them better in the path that they're on. Not in a way that I would define, but in their own perspective of what is better for them, what is quality of life for them. That's trust. Trust is credibility plus reliability plus intimacy divided by self-orientation. And the most powerful thing you can do is care about others. Really push yourself to find out as much as you can about their situation, their challenges, why they're here, what's working for them, what's not working for them, what would they like to change. And if you can do that, your capacity to get resources from others is going to grow. And there's a kind of paradox here, that the less you attempt to manipulate others to give you things, and the more you really make an effort to serve them, you'll actually achieve the opposite. That things will start coming to you. Conor, Neill, thanks again for your subscriptions, your follows, your likes, for sharing the questions. Your questions help me think through what to talk about each week. So keep them coming in. Have a great week.